Here in my hands, I have another Scrawlrbox. I'm not entirely sure what month it's from, but one thing I do know is that I'm going to open it up, find out what's inside, and make something with it. It looks like pencils. Oh, that is a very pretty sticker. Here we have the monthly Scrawlrbox sticker. We have the menu listing the art supplies, and these look like pastels. Oh, they're so small. That's a really pretty color palette. These are by the company Royal Talons. But then it says Rembrandt on the front. I didn't do too badly, I feel like, with the watercolor crayons. I wonder if I can add water to these and have a similar effect. Let me see what these pencils are. 3 Brouillonzeals. I can't read that. Brouillonzeal Design Pastel Pencil. Oh, so they suggest using these for like broad colors and then these for any sort of detail. That might help because usually when I use pastels, like the issue is trying to get more detail in your work. So maybe if we layer it over with these, we'll be able to get some more desired effects. And finally, we have the candy. It's a Dipper Jordgub Smack gluten-free strawberry chewy caramel. There we go. I got to it in the end. It's always fun to see the candy in these boxes because they come from the UK and I do not come from the UK. This is very pretty. But here is the featured artist print. This is by the artist Marlene Rye. See their information there. Now what I wonder when I see something like this, especially when it's done with pastels, is this done like on a much larger scale and then I'm seeing it in a smaller format? Because I think that can overwhelm me a little bit because then obviously they've provided some paper. Oh, these feel weird. Is this sandpaper? But you see how the paper is also the size of this print. I'm just wondering if the print was actually larger and then condensed so I won't be able to even get this much detail. Or if this is like very similar to the size of the actual art piece. That's my wondering. And this is the paper. I'm gonna have to read about this. It feels like a very soft sandpaper. But then on the back, it's almost like smooth watercolor paper. The paper is the Canson Mi Tientes Touch Paper 350 GSM. It has a unique surface texture for many creative possibilities and layering of pigment. They retain all dry pigments perfectly because they have micro-abrasive surfaces, that's that sandpaper feeling, created by a sanded primer. The ideal surface for dry pastels. What a coinky-dink! I've got a few right here. And then the prompt word for today is reflective skies. This one's more of a purple gray, and then this is more of like a green gray, maybe? So we got a warmer one and a cooler one. The colors probably will appear slightly different on this paper, but there are only 2 here, and they're slightly different as well. So I think I'll swatch these in. I think what will do is swatch them in my sketchbook. Then, when I get a kind of idea of how they work, we'll pick one of these and start practicing on that, and then move to whichever one we pick for the final illustration. Oh, I should use a... what's that called? Like a pencil extender? I wonder if I have one that's large enough to fit these. That way I'm not like scrunching my fingers and hurting my nerves. Oh, these look really nice next to each other. Something I always have trouble with is kind of picking color palettes. So having one chosen for me is really nice and I appreciate that. These look like they were curated very well. And then we have the pencils as well. Again, no color names. We just have 36, 31, and 50. Oh, these are more like charcoal pencils. Huh. So they have like they're very like dry feeling and they like catch the paper as you pull it across. It's kind of like you're drawing with chalk. Oh, that's why it's called a pastel pencil. I was thinking it was because it was a pastel color, but no, it's like an art supply like a pastel. I feel kind of dumb, but that's not new. We want you to let go a little and not worry about the subject itself, but more about the marks you make and how the colors interact and blend. Start with a sunset. I'm actually kind of excited. Usually I'm filled with a little bit of dread when I see these, I'm not gonna lie. But I think the color palette is really sparking some interest. I don't really see how these 3 colors fit into this color scheme, but maybe when we layer them, they'll like blend together. I guess we're thinking of a sunset. Well, I was gonna find a thing to stick this in. What's the darkest color? This? What if we do something kind of interesting, sort of like a starry night situation, and like blend these down to this, and then maybe that turns into like a yellow? I'll have to look at a reference, but for now, let me just play with this. Ooh, shoot. Made green. Gotta blend these separately and then do the orange so that it's not so gross looking. I wonder if I can layer on top of it and get it more vibrant. Or if we're stuck in the green. Oh, what if we switch to this in there? Where the colors are kind of clashing. Kind of looks like a stormy sky to me. Darkening it changed that in any way. Oh, and then I wanted to see what happens when you like incorporate these as well. Kind of details. Just see what layers, see what doesn't. Very experimental over here. What I'm looking is for a little bit more vibrancy, and that might be because of the colors I put next to each other. But like I really want this blue to pop. It's almost like a cyan. Of course I went and tried to throw a character in here. What was that? Not only do I need to kind of figure out how the art supplies work together, but I need to find which colors look best next to each other and find a color scheme that I'm really excited about. Like obviously I mentioned I really like this color scheme, right? But then once using it in practice, you kind of have to figure out what colors are going to look best next to each other, which colors blend really well into each other, and things like that. So yeah, there's lots to experiment with as we figure these out. Let's use whatever's on my finger. It really kind of pops next to that really dark one. And it would be cool to include like some kind of stars, but that would kind of be like a final detail, you know? It's almost like you just have to keep building up the colors to get them to be most vibrant. I mean, that's true for most art supplies. I say as if I've discovered something. Wait, I haven't tried. Kind of just want to like, you know what, why not? We'll see what that does when it dries. I kind of like the like speckled textures. And I dropped a pencil. Also go ahead and use our erasers to probably erase these. What else? You have to like clean your eraser, otherwise it just starts blending like your finger. Wonder if a regular eraser would work better. Let's try this with a wet paintbrush. The spread's really nice. It definitely kind of like leaves patchiness. See if I can blend them into each other. It'd be kind of interesting if you did like a flat wash sort of like this with the pastels as a base layer and then built up on that once it was dry. It's kind of an interesting concept. Definitely not using these colors to their most advantageous arrangement. Ooh, but I like how like cotton candy that looks with the blue and the pink. So maybe if we use less orange, it'll give off that vibe a bit more. I wonder if I could use, not like a gel pen, but like a tiny eraser. Oh yeah, I have a white pencil too. I wonder what that would do. Just a regular old Crayola. Does nothing. This is my teeny tiny eraser. I think it actually came in a Scrawlrbox like forever ago. Ooh. Yep, I think this will come in really handy. Look at those highlights. And like for smaller details. I think this is too small. Shoot! I know I had a big jumbo one for charcoal, but I honestly do not remember where that is. Or if I even still own it. Well, sometimes we just need to make sacrifices for things we love. Like pastels. Or I could just try and draw with my left hand. That would be even more freeing, right? Oh my word. How does one even begin? Drawing with your non-dominant hand. Oh, okay. Wait, no, left hand. Might as well do it when I can. But like the areas that require much less precision. I don't like the way it feels when it's like in the little cracks of my skin. Let's try not to like blend them out, except with the pastels and by pressing pretty hard. That should give us the most pigment and bang for our buck. Like switch between them, blend them out. So that's more vibrant. If we paint like clouds, pink clouds. Kind of like the way the colors kind of blend with the one underneath of it. You gotta be careful. Not a very forgiving art supply. want to use lots of pinks and purples because that just looks so pretty. Kind of lost its shape the more I worked with it. Make something out of this one. This seems a little bit more celestial than I'm looking for. I kind of am desiring more of a sunset situation. Maybe if I like, I don't know, look on these clouds. Or should I go down the reference route? This looks so celestial that this makes me think of a UFO. Let me just try doing a drawing that uses a lot more water. This isn't watercolor paper by any means, but like I think it'll give me a good idea of whether that works or not. I guess we could sketch with one of these. I'm just gonna keep it a person. I don't know how much body would be showing, but let's just do one of these. I feel like that's what all I've been drawing lately is this pose, but I'm not complaining. I don't know if you are. Alright, whatever. Now, I wanted to focus on water. Actually, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try and do a gradient again. Dark at the top. Gradients have really been tickling my fancy lately. Now let's try add a little bit of water. I'm gonna try and not use too much liquid and keep the color and pigment where I've laid the pastel so that hopefully I'm not spreading it out too much. Can't say I love that. It's the way the color kind of moves around, not really behaving. Like it kind of just like spreads in an unflattering way. And it kind of makes it look like a really cheap art supply. Maybe because I'm forcing it to do something it doesn't want to. So I guess that's my fault. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'm glad I tried that because I was like kind of optimistic about this idea. And if I had jumped in on one of these papers, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. Maybe crying. I'll try and draw like a sunset without a dumb character in the front. Shadows underneath the clouds. All our different Kellys. It's kind of just like the illusion of something instead of something specific. Which is what's kind of really beautiful about abstract art. You can see a lot of different things in it, or you can just kind of enjoy the way the colors look next to each other. And nothing's telling you what you have to think or feel about it. Bound by any laws. Although, to make really beautiful abstract art, I think you are a little bit more constrained than what I just said. Because it has to have a form of beauty to it, and whether that comes from the color choices or the shapes, there's a reason like art rules exist and you have to understand them before you can break them in a way that's appealing, I guess, or tells a story. A little purple there and down here. And let me just say I'm not at that point yet. I don't even know all the rules yet. I think this is just like too many colors in one. Looks kind of pretty though. That's like one of those things I feel like I could just work on forever. Like you just keep layering things and adding different little bits and bobs. I mean, eventually it's gonna look really crowded, but like it's really therapeutic. What to do? What to do? I wonder if like you sketch something with one color and then use a color that kind of complements that and like layer it in and see how much of the sketch kind of shows through. And from there you can layer a little bit more of what you used to sketch. Kind of like refine it. This is working pretty well. But then if I want to like, what do I want to do? Use another color. Blend that down just to fade it out a bit. Kind of an interesting way to approach it because I like how it layers and blends and layers and blends, and then you get kind of a complicated looking very simple drawing. I dig that. Kind of like these two things the best, which makes me think I'm supposed to do something like this but with something more like this in the background. So what if I do something similar like this, sketch with the blue, blend it out with the light blue to create the character, and then the outside do something more like this for the clouds. Okay, that's my plan. I don't know if it really matters which one of these I use. They're similar enough where I don't think it's going to have the biggest effect. Now I think I'm going to do the sunset last because my hand's going to be like touching it all the time. So let's work on the character. I'm going to try that technique with the person here where I'm sketching. What if her hair is the clouds? I feel like I need a thumbnail for that. Vertical, horizontal. Ooh, drawing on this is weird. Just kind of like figure it out. Hopefully have like a cloud. Completely changed up the pose, didn't I? Oh, this erase is really easy on here. If we let the arms kind of just sort of float there, just like clouds, but like human-shaped clouds. Little pinky for elegance. I have this arm going like the same direction, like it's flowing in the breeze. Let's draw some horizontal lines in case I need to add more clouds, just so that they're even, you know. Do I want like clouds to cover her bits? Or do I want to give her clothes? It's kind of funny looking. I'm not crazy about the hair one. And since I can erase, I'm going to and redo that. I want it to be a bit more flowy looking. Just give it more of a actual hair sort of vibe. Now, do we want the light source to be here-ish so the clouds are bottom lit or top lit? And I'm just going to layer it out. Oh, that doesn't work the same at all, does it? Does that blend? Okay, there we go. I think I'm finding it. Don't want it here though. That's a cloud. That's a cloud. That's kind of cool because the paper is a darker toned paper. Pastels look real nice on that, and like they lighten up instead of darken. Then from there, let me sharpen the pencil and do another pass. Layer a little bit more. Wait, that's not the right one. This one. Blend that with my finger too. It's little like places of highlight. Looks like a weird baby. They're doing more clouds. So at the bottom we want it more yellow, and then it should go up to a blue if it's like a sunset. We're actually probably gonna use that same color, but with more orange at the bottom. Oh, this is where it's going to get so messy. Into the orange. Actually, wait, where does the orange go? I don't know. Because is this a cloud or is this the sky we're looking at right now? You want the sky to be lighter than the clouds or darker than the clouds? I think I want the sky lighter than the clouds. Oh, those blend so softly. Ooh, okay, this paper. It's trying to win me over. Like it actually keeps the vibrancy even after you blend it. Start adding in more blue. This is actually working a lot easier. I'm actually getting like the effects I'm looking for. That's pretty, look at it. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Call me Owen Wilson, because wow. Now this cloud looks like it's a bit more in the distance, so I'm thinking, let me try using this blue. At least for a first layer, because it looks like we can layer these. We could probably blend it out too, just because it's probably a wispier cloud in the background. I'll do that. Then clean my finger so that we don't have the dark color on it anymore. That way when I go back to adding in the light blue, I can blend it and not have a super dark color. Yay! Okay, it's working. Part of me thinks I've just never liked pastels because I was using it on the wrong paper, because this is kind of impressive, to be honest. It's a lot easier for me to like wrap my brain around. It's really fun painting clouds with your fingers. Should we go up to like a purple the higher we go? Well, I guess first we should switch to this blue and then maybe a purple. Getting a hang of this. It might also just look really pretty compared to the gray color. And on white it's just not quite as vibrant, but I'll take it. I like it. I like it a lot. And I like that I'm doing clouds because then I can go up against the edges and let it fan out and not worry about messing it up, because clouds are strange shapes and they're very soft, like soft pastels. This isn't the first time I'm drawing cloud hair, but it might be the worst. Okay, now for the clouds, I think I decided I want them darker on the top. So I guess we'll do darkest orange at the top. And then a much lighter. Let's do the yellow at the bottom. do a pink one right here and see if that shows up. Where's my pink pencil? There. Save my pink pencil. Not sure that works. I wonder if I'll be able to layer that later. Let me just blend out this orange cloud. Well, we'll only know by trying it out. So the bottom is really light, whatever this color is, peach. Then it blends into this yellow. I guess that's more of an orange. You can also use the actual page color if I deem it necessary. Just keep layering that up till it's the color I'm looking for. That doesn't make sense to me, because like the body would be casting a bit more of a shadow, so maybe if I switch to this back here, I could almost add a little bit of like rim like that. I kind of want it to have more pink in it too though. And then a little bit of purple. Maybe I'm just gonna have to give up on my pink idea and just go with the orange and blue, which looks nice. It's just, I wanted something different than that. Was this a separate cloud? How did it end up the same piece? Try and fade that in the back. I can kind of exaggerate this shape more. It does have a cloud appearance, so I'm not like too worried. But it's not really how I visualized it. But I think it looks kind of nice. I like the softness. I can try to get rid of that pink. I also kind of like how it looks with like a few extra strokes. Added a little more orange down here. The pink cloud still makes little sense to me. Gotta fix this back cloud still. It's a little confusing. Maybe if I change the shape. I feel like at this point the character's the weakest part. So I wonder what I should do about that. Maybe just make it more blue like the sky behind it so it blends in just a smidge. I think that's what I'd be most interested in seeing. So that's what I'll do. Then we can use this for the detail that we need. I kind of like that. It makes her look kind of invisible. So the only reason you see her is because she's surrounded by the orange clouds. That's kind of an interesting theme. Guess I'll stick with that for now. These eyebrows are something else, aren't they? Maybe I'll bring it down into the lips too. If I can blend the red with the blue. Just get a darker blue. All these clouds are starting to fade. Just make them pop a little more. I think I'll change the purple at the top to this. Make sure that's pretty well blended. I wonder how far down that should go. I wonder if this cloud in the front here should be dark blue just to incorporate more of that color. If not, hopefully I'll be able to erase it and change it. Because I'm doing it! Kind of works. I wonder if I should add something to it just to make it more than just one tone. Just maybe some like detail work and maybe getting rid of this purple cloud. Sorry, purple cloud. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Try using this eraser. Doing a little bit of rendering and detail work. Finalizing any of the really empty places. I wish I could have been able to use some of like the pinks or the purples in this, but I'm also kind of happy that I limited my color palette even more because I'm really happy with the way the colors turned out. I think that's my favorite part of this is just the color scheme, so I'll take it. I think a big deal is when I added in like that dark navy blue because it just added so much more contrast and dimension to the piece, whereas before it was kind of like, but now it has like some depth to it. I don't know if I used it correctly, but it's there. And is there like a way to seal pastel art? Like, do you have to put it behind a frame or is it like destined to be a fingerprint disaster for all eternity? Look how dry my fingers are. Oh, gross. You can see every line. I do have to say that I think pastels are way more fun when you use them on a paper where the colors actually like maintain their pigment. So I have to admit, this was way more fun than any past experience with pastels. And I'm pretty happy with it. Ew, okay, I need to go wash. Thank you guys for watching, and I want to send a big thank you to Scrawlrbox for sending me this box to try out and to share with you guys. I'll see you guys all next week, and hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!